Bitcoin possesses all the attributes not only of good money, but of supremely good money.
Replacing fiat currency with fiat digital currency is not an improvement.
If you want a market-based system of money that doesn't get shut down when it grows past the size of a novelty, it has to be decentralized.
Bitcoin is, it's divisible, it's portable, it's all these things. But apart from the fact that it can be utilized in transaction, it's nothing.
Nothing has intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is a meaningless term because value has to be subjective in the eyes of the valuer.
The bottom's going to drop out of the market like all bubbles, and everyone's going to want to sell. There's going to be no demand. There's going to be massive supply. The whole thing is going to implode.
The asset itself is creating nothing.
I think it's a scumball activity.
I would short it if there was an easy way to do it.
Hey guys, welcome to the video. So today I'll be talking about Bitcoin and exactly what it is. We'll go over the history of Bitcoin, the modern uses of the currency, and how this currency gets its value. During the 2008 financial crisis, Bitcoin was introduced to the world by an unknown man who posted under the name Satoshi Nakamoto. He titled the message Bitcoin P2P eCash Paper, and the message contained a link to a white paper called Bitcoin Peer-to-Peer Electronic Cash System. In these papers, he explained the concept of Bitcoin as a decentralized currency. The currency is decentralized because the ledger for transactions is public and can be stored on millions of computers. In 2009, the blockchain was launched. The first block, called the Genesis block, was mined. The first Bitcoin transaction took place about a week later. For the first few months, you could only really get the currency by mining and validating the blockchain. During this time, Bitcoin did not have any monetary value. Miners, or people who use computers to validate the Bitcoin transactions and receive Bitcoin in return, would send the currency back and forth to one another for fun. The first economic transaction took place over a year later, and it is famously known by the community as the expensive pizza order. A Florida man negotiated someone to buy him and delivered 2 Papa John's pizzas costing $25. He paid using 10,000 Bitcoin or $350 million worth at current prices, and this means at the time each Bitcoin was valued at 1/4 of a penny. Cryptocurrency enthusiasts now call May 22nd Pizza Day in honor of this transaction. More transactions would occur on online forums in exchange for goods and services, and in 2011, similar currencies began to be created such as Litecoin and Ethereum. As Bitcoin became more usable and applicable to the world, the value began to rise. Some businesses began to accept the currency and exchanges became available in 2010, allowing more people to buy, sell, and trade Bitcoin. Since then, the price has skyrocketed and has only been met with a few volatile bubbles. Bitcoin is subject to what is known as the network effect. As more people accept and use the currency, the more valuable, stable, and valid it becomes. As more businesses and people adopt Bitcoin, it becomes even more useful. This effect can eventually lead to a global economic exchange with complete user autonomy. This means we will no longer need banks and governments for completing economic transactions, and this is a major benefit in the eyes of many users. Transactions would become what is called peer-to-peer. Bitcoin is also a very discreet method of payment. As long as you do not publish your transactions online, it is very difficult to match any purchase with your personal identity as though you're paying in cash. When you use Bitcoin, you also eliminate banking fees. The only fee there is the network transaction fee, and this is a very small amount that pays the computers that validate the network. Because of this, you can send money anywhere in the world in a very short amount of time with very little cost. Bitcoin is also more accessible and mobile than other fiat currencies because users are able to send and receive Bitcoin with a phone or computer and the internet. This is especially good for populations without access to traditional banking systems or a reliable currency. The value of Bitcoin is determined the same way all other currencies are valued. Currency is valuable based mainly on its ability to store value and the faith people have in its system within economics. Monetary value can be derived from a currency's scarcity, divisibility, utility, transportability, durability, and counterfeitability. As for scarcity, Bitcoin is scarce because there will only ever be 21 million coins. To add to this, an estimated 20% of those are missing or lost. Scarcity can drive higher value, but it can also be an issue when it comes to economic growth. The supply of Bitcoin will grow as miners are paid until the year 2140, and then there will be no more Bitcoin to mine. As for US dollars, we know they are not scarce. More dollars are added each year to create an inflationary rate of about 2% on average. When it comes to divisibility, Bitcoin definitely takes the cake. Bitcoin is more divisible than any other currency because it is digital, and Satoshis, or 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin, will suffice for almost any possible future transactions. Even a single Satoshi can be divided more than the dollar can currently. Bitcoin's utility is also immense when compared to other currencies. It can do the same transactions but better. Bitcoin is decentralized and trustless, meaning no parties need to be trusted for the system to work. It cannot be so easily influenced by governments or regulatory parties, and the trust is solely in the peer-to-peer market exchange. As for transportability, Bitcoin can be sent to another party and arrive within minutes, no matter the size of the transaction, and at very low cost. However, transferring the dollar today can take days and also maintains those fees. When it comes to durability, the US dollar and other fiat currencies are very non-durable. Dollars can be burnt, torn, or lost easily. Bitcoin cannot be destroyed because it is a digital asset. It is not susceptible to these same physical harms. However, if you lose a cryptographic key to a Bitcoin wallet, those may be unusable and therefore lost. The Bitcoin itself will not be destroyed, and it will still exist on the records of the blockchain. The US dollar and other currencies are counterfeited every single day. Bitcoin, on the other hand, cannot be counterfeited unless a group of miners control 51% of the processing computers. This is basically impossible, and it creates an incredible obstacle for counterfeiters to overcome. Unlike other money, Bitcoin is also smart, although I must say it is not as smart as some of the other cryptocurrencies today. Bitcoin is a smart money because it is programmable. All of these together, along with the ability to store value and faith in the Bitcoin network, give Bitcoin an intrinsic value. As Bitcoin becomes more applicable and gains more trust, the value of the currency will continue to rise. If the opposite occurs, then the value is certain to fall. Here's the comment of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.